Okay, next question. Is hemp CBD safe for kids or children?
Yes, it is. Hemp CBD is safe for people of all ages. Well, studies need to, let me just rephrase. There are lots of studies that really could be done, but there isn't anything in CBD that's going to cause a child to have any kind of counteractive. It's not going to cause them any health problems, is what what I'm getting at. Says several studies investigating hemp CBD oil on children that have been diagnosed with epilepsy disorders and other things have been studied in great detail lately. So we know that they're actively studying these kinds of disorders with kids, but we don't know, and there hasn't been anything reported of any side effects or anything that can be harmful to kids. Again, it's not psychoactive, so it's not going to cause a child to be really drowsy or, have some kind of strange behavior by taking that. So as previously, discussed, this isn't about anything particular product that we're talking about or from any particular company. Safety considerations should always be considered when you're giving anything to a child, whether it's foods, plants, essential oils, you name it. You should always follow safety protocols. So whatever product you are using, you should read whatever that company's, recommendations are. I would follow that to the letter. And you can learn more about that. And I'll post where I found this information, but you can always do your homework and find out what those companies recommend. And I would follow that. But yes, it's safe for kids.
Okay, is hemp CBD legal without a prescription?
Yes, it is. And that's a broad stroke answer, and that is that it's legal under U.S. federal law. So some states are still kind of having some issues with the fact that hemp has this itsy bitsy tiny little less than 0.3% of THC in it. So depending on what your state's requirements are, you should look and find out what they say, and never going to tell someone not to follow the law in their own state. That said, a CBD oil that's derived from imported hemp from other countries is excluded from Federal Controlled Substances Act, the law that makes other cannabis acts and their extracts illegal. So hemp CBD oil is therefore legal to purchase and used under federal law, regardless of whether you have obtained a prescription. Individual state laws are dynamic, and states may pass laws governing hemp-derived CBD. So you'll want to, do your own homework on that area. But if you're not concerned about, what the state law says, and you're going by what the federal law has just passed with the Farm Bill, I say go for it. Most places you can find CBD on the open market.
All right, next question. Are all hemp products the same?
No, no, they're not. So not all hemp products contain CBD to begin with. That's the first thing. So you've likely seen hemp seeds at the local grocery store. They're just like a nut, like a hemp seed. You put it on your salad, your food. You've seen organic hemp oil. That's made from the oil from the seeds. Your local grocery store, your health store is going to carry that for you. It's a great source of protein. I mean, that's just one product. While it is a nutrition supplement, it may contain vitamins, minerals, fatty acids. It's a great source of nutrition. So you have that side of the hemp products. You also have the hemp oil, on the other hand, which is extracted from CBD-rich stalks of the hemp. So for those seeking healing effects of CBD, be sure to obtain hemp oil that's from that contains CBD and other cannabinoids. So look on the labeling. In fact, a friend of mine was just sharing with me today a cream that she's been using, and the majority of the ingredients in that cream are, carrier oils, essential oils, a kind of a thick base to rub it on. But somewhere in the middle of all those ingredients was a hemp sativa CBD in there. So read the labels, and if you're looking for medicinal relief or medicinal kind of a grade scenario, you're going to have to really do your homework and see what's going to work best for you. She also sent to me this morning a liquid dropper type of a bottle that she's been using as well. And while it shows the percentage of content in there, you have to be really careful about what you're looking at and how much CBD is actually in the product.
Right.
You just have to read the labels and really find out, and then find out if it actually has CBD in it at all. And if, depending on how you're using it, if it's sublingual, putting it in your mouth, under your tongue, on your skin, or some other way like a patch or something, will determine how much of that CBD your body actually absorbs.
Yep. Okay, next one and last question. Will I test positive for THC if I use hemp CBD on a drug test?
Well, this is a challenging question because it really depends, as I mentioned, what type of product you're taking, and depends on how much THC is in that product. So it's difficult to say yes or no. You have to know what you're consuming. So I can't answer definitively yes or no, and I'll give you some examples. So there's tests that are done, and it's testing for a specific molecule for THC. Cannabinoids are very similar in their molecular structure, but they're not the same thing. However, if you're taking a tremendous amount of hemp CBD, as I mentioned, hemp CBD has 0.03% per nanogram. Okay, so it's very little, all right? So the correct answer is, if you're taking a lot of hemp CBD, up to 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams a day of CBD hemp oil, you could test positive.
Okay, let's repeat that number. 1,000, go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to give you some statistic numbers here. So hemp CBD contains 1/10 to 1/300 of THC concentration that's found in, say, marijuana, for example. So by comparison, marijuana THC is way higher, like a lot. An individual consuming 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams per day of hemp CBD oil would consume approximately 3 to 6 milligrams of THC. Okay, so that's a lot. Like, you'd have to, like, we're talking repeated droppers full of this high concentration of hemp CBD.
Which could happen if you're ingesting it. If you're ingesting the oil every 40 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
So this exceedingly high dose would result in a positive detection on a urine test. So let me back up just a smidge. Now, so here's some little more statistics for those of you who are really curious. Now, there's data demonstrating that a daily dose of 0.5 milligrams of THC from 3 to 5 servings of most commercial CBD-rich hemp oil products would test positive for a urine screen. So commercially grade liquid CBD-rich oil products that have 0.5 milligrams of THC. Again, read your labels. You have to find this out. Now, again, most servings of typical high-quality, high-purity CBD-based hemp oil products contain well below 0.1 milligrams of THC, and therefore have over 400 to 600 times less THC than marijuana products. So again, if you're going to a dispensary, or you're getting this from a friend or somebody who makes it in their backyard or whatever, you need to know what type of cannabis plant you're getting it from. That's number one. 2, you have to find out and know how much THC by percentage per gram of CBD oil you're consuming. So you have to do your homework. So simply put, a consumer who uses high quality, scientifically vetted hemp-based products at the standard serving size is highly unlikely to test positive for THC or the molecule THC-COOH. I hope that answers your question.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little confusing. So the bottom line is, you have to know what product you're taking.
Yeah.
You can do your homework on I'll post a link to a page that really describes different types of cannabis and their approximate content for CBD or cannabinoids, and then THC, which are two different things. All very health beneficial, but two very different things. So you just got to do your homework and look at your labels.
So look, we're going to be coming back to you every Wednesday. We're going to bring the tough questions. Make sure you message me or Nicole if there's a question you'd like to hear in the future. We have, maybe 5 Wednesdays already planned out. So just be looking for your question. It may not be like next week because we have a lot to cover and a lot of questions. So with that, anything else you want to say in closing? I'm excited about our little Wednesday wisdom. I
want to just inform the community of our community, our circle, Facebook, whoever's asking the questions, so they can get the right information out there. Marijuana and hemp are not the same thing. They're not the same plant. They're not designed for the same purpose. So, my recommendation is that all of you just get as much information as you can before you decide that this plant is not for you.
Right. Good stuff. All right, I'm going to stop the live stream. Make sure you let us know if you are watching, where you're watching from, and send us any questions. Thank you for your support and watching. Thank you, Nicole, for your time.
Likewise.